In crypto bear markets, investors can get tremendous value from following hackathons and blockchain conferences. Hi, I'm Matt, Head of Research at Collective Shift, where we share the latest and best crypto analyses and advice on this channel to help you create more wealth and freedom. In this video, I'll share the hackathons as well as the blockchain and project-specific conferences that I'm looking forward to following for the rest of 2022. I'll kick things off by explaining why I strongly believe that crypto investors should pay attention in this current bear market to all of these events. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying this content, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you do not miss our latest advice and content. Also, if you're an investor who wants to go deeper into crypto and NFTs, check out the description below for a special discount code to the platform. Let's start off with why it's so much more worthwhile to pay attention to conferences and hackathons during bear markets. I've got three main reasons. Number one, crypto bear markets are when the true building gets done. During raging bull markets and when everyone's hyped about crypto, when prices are soaring and users are flooding into these apps and protocols, the developers' attention is a lot more dispersed. A lot more of their focus is going on to just making sure that the respective app or protocol is working, because a lot of the times they are seeing record amounts of usage and activity. So simply put, during bull markets, it's a lot less likely that you're going to see these groundbreaking sort of innovations coming to fruition or being announced. This is much more likely to happen in bear markets. The second reason why it's worthwhile to pay attention in bear markets to these events is that only the diehards remain in bear markets. This makes it a lot easier for investors to gauge the strength of a developer community. Gauging the strength of a developer community is, in my opinion, one of the most significant factors that crypto investors should be paying attention to, particularly when it comes to layer one blockchains, well, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. The third reason is investment opportunities. By tracking the winners of hackathons, the amount of talks that are going on in relation to a given category, you get a super clear picture about what the upcoming trends are in the crypto space. This intel typically helps inform you as an investor when you are making your investment decisions throughout the bear market. I cannot stress this enough how underrated this sort of third reason is when it comes to keeping on top of hackathons and conferences. With that said, let's go over the hackathon and blockchain and project-specific conferences that I'm looking forward to for the rest of 2022. Thankfully, there is plenty to get through and there's still a lot to come. First one here is, unsurprisingly, ETHGlobal, which is the largest, organizer of Ethereum conferences or events, hackathons, sort of summits. They still have 6 more to go in 2022. Just looking at this list here, I would say the biggest one to pay attention to is ETH Online, because that's a month-long hackathon in September. Also ETH Bogota, because that will be happening a few days before DevCon, which is Ethereum's largest annual conference, which actually hasn't happened in the past 2 years, I think, due to COVID. So that one will be, I guess, very popular and widely participated in. And then also ETH India is always a very popular hackathon as well. So it's no secret that a lot of people say Ethereum has a big advantage because of its developer community and the size of it. And I suppose being in August of 2022 and to still see 6 more upcoming hackathons, I guess really underscores that lead that they've got relative to other sort of smart contracts, optimized blockchains, as we'll see coming up in the next few minutes. From the Solana point of view, one of their biggest sort of conferences remaining for the year that I will be monitoring is in early November. This one is called Solana Breakpoint. I think they've already had one of those before. So this one will be happening in Portugal. And again, just a big opportunity for, I guess, talks to be going on about what's next for Solana. And then also, developers having an opportunity to, I guess, collaborate, build new apps together. On that point of view, probably the more important one in that perspective is Solana's current summer camp hackathon, which at the time of recording will be just about wrapping up. So again, really looking forward to seeing who the winners are, what are the common sort of themes coming up. That will be, again, providing me with a lot of information to gauge the strength of Solana's developer community at the moment. The next one here is Avalanche. They have, the one to watch there is a 5-week long sort of hackathon going on throughout starting late August, going through to late September. So that one is worth noting there. I will drop all the links to these below. The next one, we have Axie Infinity running their own conference for the first time, I believe. This is a 3-day conference in September, and this is in Barcelona. Also have SmartCon, which is run by Chainlink. I think this has been run a few times before. This is happening in late September in New York. Next up is Algorand. They have Algorand Decipher, which is the 2nd annual community gathering. Next one here is Cosmoverse. This is happening in Colombia in late September. So this is for the Cosmos ecosystem, which is, has been building a developer community for since 2016, I believe. So I'm expecting to be getting a lot of information from this sort of, conference, as well as some hackathons happening on the side. Next one here is NEARCON. So that is run by the folks at the NEAR Foundation, which is, I guess, the entity behind steering the NEAR protocol. So NEARCON is also happening in Portugal, and that is a 3-day one in the middle of September. Also, it's worth pointing out that a lot of these videos from these conferences are made free on YouTube just days after they happen. Most of these videos provide tremendous educational value, but unfortunately, because they're often not optimized for YouTube's algorithm, not a lot of people know about them. So now you do, you can thank me later. For example, I'll go through some of the ones that I've recently watched some of the videos and have bookmarked more of them for later. This is from the MIT Bitcoin Club. They run an annual MIT Bitcoin Expo. The latest one was in May, and as you can see on my screen here, they basically have a lot of different discussions or panel discussions and keynotes related to different topics, mostly to do obviously with Bitcoin. It's in the name. So if you're interested in the latest R&D in terms of developing on the Bitcoin blockchain and what's happening on the other layers, such as Lightning Network, this is definitely the channel to head to, which I'll link to below. Another one here is Zcon. So Zcash, the foundation behind that, the Zcash blockchain, they've been having these annual conferences for a while. So I believe this was their 4th one, Zcon 3, just happened, I believe, a few weeks ago from the time of recording. And they have published a playlist, as you can see here on my screen, of all of the presentations. So again, if you're interested in what's going on with Zcash or just interested in privacy preserving technologies in general, definitely check this out. And again, linking to it below. Another one recently was ETHCC, which is the largest annual Ethereum conference in Europe. So this was, I think, the 5th installment of this conference. All of these talks have been uploaded in a playlist. I've got the one on my screen here as the main stage, but they actually had about 6 or 7 stages. So they ended up with 6 or 7 playlists. So a lot for you to get through if you're interested in the latest that's going on. Again, mostly centered around Ethereum, both on, I guess, the layer itself, and then also, layer 2 solutions. But then they also had some other talks from the likes of Celestia on like blockchain modularity, what's happening there. They also had talks on like ZK EVMs, which seems to be gaining a lot more, I guess, entering the conversation now as we head to the end of 2022. So again, these are just examples of how you can use these conferences to inform yourself as an investor about what trends are upcoming. If you're probably interested in a topic and you don't really see much discussion about it, in a way that's sort of concerning if you were expecting to see it there. So again, it's a way that you can just have that checks and balances as an investor to understand the timing of a potential investment. To summarize, you can get incredible value in a bear market by following conferences and hackathons. There are three main reasons why I think this is. Number one, crypto bear markets are when the true building gets done. Number two, only the diehards are remaining during a bear market, making it a lot easier for us as investors to gauge the strength of a developer community. And the third reason, of course, is the investment opportunity that comes about by focusing on hackathons and conferences in a bear market, allowing you to, I guess, see the emerging trends that will be likely in production by the time the next bull market is starting. From now until the rest of 2022, there are still lots of hackathons and blockchain specific conferences, as well as some project specific conferences like Axie Infinity and Chainlink. Unsurprisingly, Ethereum has the most conferences, which again underscores its lead as the strongest developer community. Probably the one that I'm looking forward to the most out of all of those is probably the ETH Online one, just again because of the length of time allowing teams to build some hopefully impressive solutions. My action item for you is to go to the websites of these events and hackathons. And for the ones that you do want to follow, make sure you mark the dates down in your calendar and follow the relevant Twitter accounts. My question for you is, which hackathon or conference are you looking forward to the most for the rest of 2022? Let me know in the comments below. One last reminder to please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the Collective Shift platform over at collectiveshift.io. And also check out our other videos for more on this and other crypto advice from our team.